Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Note Close Show. As always, I'm your host, Scott Carson, and I'm excited to be here today. Today's episode is something that we do on a pretty regular basis, but I didn't realize how few people use what we're going to talk about today. All right. We're going to talk about Facebook hacking your note business. All right. Now, yes, I know most of you are used to using Facebook to market, to post a picture, to post a cat video, to watch my webinars, to do a Facebook Live video. But there are some really cool other tools that you can use with Facebook to really help you grow your business, to raise capital, to find asset managers. There's a great tool to use, especially with the custom audience aspect. So what I thought I'd start with is a little story here. So the first thing that we use Facebook for a lot of time is we literally Facebook stalk our borrowers. I talked a little about this the other night on our Due Diligence for Dummies webinar. You can catch that over at Note Night in America on the iTunes or on WeCloseNotes.tv. What I'm talking about is once we get the borrower's name, their state, we jump onto Facebook and start looking to see if they have a Facebook profile. When we use that information, just try to find out if they've got a job in their profile, family members. You even could do the thing of literally messaging them, trying to modify their loan or get them to reinstate. Now, I would prefer, if you're brand new, to turn that over to a servicer, a special servicer like Polaris or the Singer Law Group, and let one of their guys like Matt or Daniel go at it over there. Now, our good friend Cody Cox of Trinity called me yesterday, actually yesterday afternoon, praising my name because the fact is in 3 notes that he bought, or 4 notes, I don't remember exactly the number, but 3 out of 4 notes, he actually contacted the borrower on Facebook. He sent them a private message, and 2 out of 3 immediately returned his message and are setting up to do trial payment plans. And so he was all jacked up about that, excited about that. You just have to be careful when you talk to the individual, when you get them on the phone, you say, hey, I'm a debt collector. You got to make sure to say those things in your messages when you're talking to your borrowers as well. So that's one extra trick besides just stalking them and seeing what they're doing or finding out what's going on in their personal life. And like we have found people that are going through their transitions. We're talking like men becoming women. We've seen people where the mom's like, well, do we go to Disney World or repair mortgage? Guess we're going to Disney World. We found also where the borrower bought a brand new car. They were all excited about it in their Facebook page. And then they said they couldn't have any money when we got the phone with them. All right. Or that they had a big event, made a lot of money, but then what they cried poor when we contacted them. So using the Facebook stuff helps you identify and see what story is going on. Now, obviously, it works best if your borrower is somewhere between 35 and 55, all right, even 25 to 55, all right? That helps dramatically as well. You can see sometimes the hardships. We have found people that had hardships. They talked about it. So we saw that their country western dog was a reality when we were talking to them on the phone, or our servicer was. So that's something to keep in mind. That's one thing, okay? Facebook stalking the borrower. The second thing you can do with Facebook is something that most people aren't doing. And I'm always surprised at this because I think back to what's going on with the election and everybody getting all upset about Cambridge Analytics, scrubbing all this information, getting people to opt in. And what's funny is you're seeing Facebook really clamp down on their privacy features, not letting you know the market. Even I've noticed quite a bit of differences in how we post to our business page, or that we can't share something personal from my personal page to my business page. It's a little bit difficult. We've got to simultaneously share to make it work through like a Live Leap or something like that. But a couple of things that we use. So Facebook has the ability for you to do a couple of things with custom lists. Now, many of you have a LinkedIn profile. All right. Many of you hopefully are using that on a weekly basis to market for a variety of things. Either you're contacting asset managers on there and using that to connect with asset managers, or you're also using it to expand your database of real estate investors, because it's very easy to go in LinkedIn and just literally do a search for real estate investors and start adding people, connecting with people. It's one of the things that we have done to grow our database on LinkedIn over in literally doubling our connections from 6,000 connections to over 13,000 over the last 5 or 6 months. Okay. Now, why is that important? Why is LinkedIn important? Because if you did not know this, you have the availability to do a data download and export your connections. That's right. You can export all your connections from LinkedIn. So if you've got 10,000 connections on LinkedIn, you can literally export it so you have their first name, last name, and email. I know that's really valuable information, not only for you to send an email blast out to through MailChimp or Infusionsoft or some other CRM tool, but it's an extremely valuable list that you can also upload to Facebook to see if those people that you're connected to on LinkedIn have a Facebook account using the same email. So let me give you an example. If I have a personal email, onescottcarson@gmail.com. It's one of the emails that we have, obviously, known for a year. And I also have scott@weclosenotes.com. Well, if I have a business profile on LinkedIn, scott@weclosenotes.com is the email I use for that. But my Gmail, not my Gmail, but my Facebook email that I have account with is onescottcarson@gmail.com. It won't identify me in a way that when you upload the list to Facebook and you can go to your business page, and it's a little bit different to get to the, just want to find where you can add custom audiences or audiences in your business profile. All right, you may need to create a business profile. It's easy to do, cheap, but literally allows for you to import a custom audience. Now, what's golden about this is you only need to upload the email addresses. So what you do is you strip your list down so you have one column of just pure email addresses. You can also take any other database you have, your business cards and other people you've met, and do the same thing. Upload your audience, your custom list of your contacts in as a custom audience as well. Now, what Facebook will do, will identify that email and see if there's a profile that has that email and match the two together. One thing that you can also do that most people miss out on, if you've got a list of phone numbers of your contacts, cell phone numbers, regular phone numbers, you can also upload a list of just phone numbers, and it will identify your list of phone numbers with anybody that has a Facebook profile with that same phone number and match it up. Now, we just did this again for my recent fast track. I was showing them how we do this. And so I took my 13,000 contacts that I have in LinkedIn, my connections, uploaded list in the custom audience thing. And literally, let me give you an example here. Let me share my screen with you guys. Okay. Let me go in here. And for those that are watching, great, you're going to learn something. For those that are listening, you can catch the replay here as well by going to weclosenotes.tv if you need to. Okay. So let me share my screen. So here's my business management account. I got my Scott Carson Verse Investments, a few other websites that I run. So if I just click on Scott Carson, actually, I just see Business Manager up on the left-hand side of the screen. It pops on the left-hand side. So I click on that. I click on Audiences. And now what you'll see are the audiences that I've uploaded or created literally over the weekend. So my audiences, I clicked on here. You see June 2018 connections, just emails. And I uploaded 13,300 of them, of the emails into Facebook. And out of the 13,000, 9,400, as you can see, have a Facebook profile. Now, I can market directly to those clients, directly to those individuals, okay? Literally target them directly with either an image, a video. I can say, hey, just market to these people once a week. I could literally make it look like you can't get rid of me if you're with friends with me on LinkedIn, okay? That's a really cool thing. Now, another thing that is also really nice to do is to do what's called a lookalike audience. And so what we do is we click on a lookalike audience, and then we identify my June 2018 connections email. And it takes a look at all the characteristics of those 9,400 people, and it goes out and finds other individuals out there that have those same characteristics. Average age, average potential income, average education, average interest, average keywords too. So we kind of identify, narrow it down keywords. All right. And you can see that there is a lookalike audience of 2.1 million real estate investors across the United States that I can market to. They have the same, not exact interests, but pretty much similar interests. And I can do the same thing. I can set up a similar ad that I'm running to my LinkedIn connections to these people as well. Now, I know that's kind of a little bit scary, especially when you think that they're going to pull information, average age, average income, average interests, and literally identify. You'll start seeing ads pop up. But this is what happens. This is literally all the information you have on Facebook allows you literally allows you to really scrub and pull some great information out there for those that are looking to grow your business. If you don't have a database, you can create one very, very easy. One thing you may want to do, we were talking about this with people this weekend, is if you've got a MailChimp or a Infusionsoft, just creating a custom list. Whereas if you post maybe a photo of a property you're working through, you post it in Facebook there and say, hey, looking for assets for your deals, or looking for above average returns, click here to get on my buyer's list. They click on the link, it takes them directly to your custom list in MailChimp, where all you want them to do is put their first name, last name, email, and cell phone number. Really, that's about it. Or just first name, email, and cell phone number. Through marketing, we found that often just the less you ask people to put, the better. So email, cell phone, and first name is often all you need really to get rock and rolling. Now, obviously, you want to have something that you can send out to these people afterwards. Deal flow, email database, email, newsletter, maybe a video. That's another thing you do as well. You can upload a video to Facebook that targets directly to your audience. Hey, Facebook friend, Facebook and LinkedIn friends, great to connect with you. I'm Scott Carson, the Note Guy. Just wanted to drop you a quick message. Hey, if you're an active real estate investor looking to do more deals, but are having a hard time striking out, all the time, why don't you just click on the link below? I'll send you an email of what we do as Note investors, or I'll send you my free ebook, or I'll send you my free report on what we do as Note investors to help us find hundreds, if not thousands of deals for our own portfolio. Something simple, something short and sweet. You want the video to be less than 2 minutes, but you want to upload directly to Facebook, and then you can target directly to these individuals, okay? So that's the beautiful. Now, you see, if you're looking at my page, you see there's a look like U.S. audience that's within 1% of my connections. You can, that's the beautiful, 1%, 1 degree of separation, or 6 degrees separation of Kevin Bacon, right? You can spread out how bigger the list is, degree separation, but the smaller the list, the more accurate you can be with your marketing, okay? That's really, really important to do for you guys to do that. Hang on, I'm trying to pull up the page here to see if anybody's any questions here on what we're discussing here. So that's one of the great things about using Facebook smartly. I know many of you are in it all the time because I see you commenting on every post we have, all right? But literally using that custom audience to create an ad. Now, I'm not going to go through creating an ad. You guys will have to deal with that. That's not hard to do. There's all sorts of video testimonials or video training on YouTube to help you out with it. But I upload a lot of different lists to my audience, to my thing. I've had people give me their list. I've had people, I upload a list like you see here, Note Camp emails. Oh, wait, here, hang on a second. I just saw it pop up. Where is that here? All right. There was something here I wanted to show you guys. So I uploaded 1,500 names from my Note Camp thing, the Note Camp workshop, and then less than 1,000 people actually had Facebook profiles with those emails. That's not a surprise because it's a smaller list, okay? I uploaded a list. I pulled a list of IRA investors in Clark County of 5,000 emails. Out of 5,000 IRA owners, 3,900 of them had a Facebook profile at that email. So that's one thing to think about. If you've got a list of IRA investors, you've worked hard networking, or you've purchased a list, oftentimes when you buy a big list of names, it's hard to import those into your CRM without shutting your MailChimp or Infusionsoft account down because it's a new list. The best thing you could do is when you import that list is to literally only send an email out to 500 of those people at a time, okay? That way, if you do get heavy spam on one, you only lose 500, not 5,000, right? Well, another smart thing to do is upload the list into Facebook here, just the emails or the phone numbers, and send out marketing that way. Get people opt in that way. It's relatively cheap and expensive, and then you're really only dealing with the people that you want to deal with versus clogging up and getting charged for extra contacts in your CRM that really aren't going to open your email anyway. You're only going to see about somewhere between an 8 to 20% open rate on cold lists, depending on the size. The bigger the list, the lower the open rate. Okay. But that's a great way to do that on a regular basis to help you have something you can market to and really kind of Cambridge Analytics Facebook for you. If you don't have a list, you have a new LinkedIn account, literally you go in and identify a custom audience by down to city, state, interests, income levels, that kind of stuff. So one of the things that we talked about this weekend, I'm going to share this with you guys. I think you guys will like this, is what does your custom audience look like? All right. If you don't have a large list, who should you market to? And over the years, we have spent a tremendous amount of time and money working to identify our custom audience, our, as they will say it in the business, avatar, not the movie, okay? Not our blue people, but our people. Who are note investors? Who are the real estate investors? Who are the people that you want to deal with? And so if you know this information, you can go on and create a custom audience that matches this up through Facebook to identify and target the right people, $10 a day, $50 a day with ads that play on a regular basis. And it's extremely effective and extremely cheap to do so as well. So who is our custom audience? Well, let's think about this. Obviously, they have an interest in real estate, but let's start with the basics. They're adults, age group, I would say between 35 to 65. Facebook likes to auto-populate 18 to 65 plus, and you don't want to do that. It's too wide an audience. It's nothing against youth. I had fun saying that, but you really probably don't want to target anybody below 35. They just haven't had time to work. They don't really probably have a lot of savings, and they just aren't serious about where they're wanting to go. So if you narrow it down to 35 to 65, you'll have a much targeted audience. Obviously, probably a homeowner, college educated, nothing against anybody who didn't go to college, but it's just a higher, little higher degree when it comes to, it narrows that magnifying glass down on Facebook to find something. Okay, so homeowner, college educated, making somewhere between 75 and 250 a year. And yes, you can actually pick the income levels of the people that you target to. Yes, you can also pick their interests. What we have found is people that like they obviously interested in real estate, cash flow, retirement, IRA. You could even pick some interesting targets if you need to, specific companies if you want to. They're interested in fix and flips or names out there. You can target their interests, okay? The beautiful thing is when you start narrowing down the focus, Facebook will start showing you how big that audience is. Do you want to do it by the whole country, or do you want to narrow down to Texas? Do you want to narrow down to Dallas? Do you want to narrow down to zip code? Okay. The idea, the more niche-y that you can be, the more narrow focus I wouldn't go above the whole country. I would stick to the state, because then you can customize it a little bit better for your marketing. Oh, are you in Texas having a hard time finding deals versus are you having a hard time finding deals? That makes sense. Gary Vaynerchuk shared the key to his early success. All right. Sharing his early success, the fact that he would customize his Facebook marketing to people that graduated from like Princeton, graduated from Yale. Hey, did you graduate here and interested in wine? Get 20% off your shipping or get 20% off your order. Are you a real estate investor in Baltimore? Are you a real estate investor in Austin? Those kind of things can help you really target that audience there locally. Yes, it doesn't mean you're running more ads instead of doing something in the whole state. Yes, but you're also much more you're much more specifically targeting the right individuals that you want to deal with on a regular basis. Now, the thing is about LinkedIn, your LinkedIn list is a great list to have too, uploading to your email. The reason I like uploading my list to LinkedIn is obviously if I send an email out, you're going to unsubscribe. So that's fine. Let them unsubscribe. I don't care. I don't need to be charged for that email that's going out. But the thing, when you upload them to Facebook, they still may target. They still may see it. They can always hide that ad or unsubscribe from that ad, basically, and it's completely fine. What questions or comments do you guys that are listening, watching out there have regarding this? I know this is probably it's a pretty advanced strategy. Okay. Pretty advanced strategy to help you in your note business. Now, going back to the Facebook stalking, literally, I just put the borrower's name plus the city, state, to track it down. And obviously, you often get 4 or 5 different things, depending on where you can see, oftentimes, near where they live, where they work. We use LinkedIn a little bit to stalk, if our borrowers are 35 or plus. A lot of times they may have a LinkedIn profile that we can help you get a photo, a profile, find out their existing job, and then you can also make a phone call to see if that's an actual working number a lot of times. All right. I'm just kind of rolling down here, boy. Okay, we got some comments here. We get a photo, a profile. All right, Cody asks, I got in a bit late. This requires a Facebook business page, correct? Yes, Cody. They're free to have. What I would do if I were you, Cody, I would just have Josh set up a Facebook business page for you. You could do this through your business profile. You know, the marketing side of this is so much cheaper than direct mail. Plus, the fact is that you're hitting 3,000, 4,000. It'll tell you, based on what your budget is, how many people you'll hit a day too. So that's also an effective use of your marketing. Oh, your ad will be seen by 3,500 people, or your ad will be seen by 5,000 people, or your ad will be seen by 700 people. The idea is, if you're doing this on a regular, today I would not do postcards out. The only time I would do postcards out or direct mail is if I'm mailing out to IRA owners who have a self-directed IRA who have closed on a deal that you can pull at county records. Okay. But if you're buying a list of IRA investors or just a generic list of 401k investors from like Melissa Date or something like that, target those people. It's going to be a little bit harder to target because they may not be real estate investors because they may not have a self-directed IRA, but it's still a target-rich environment. Okay, people that are making money but don't have the time. Okay, you're not a problem there, big man. Bill McCaffrey says, "Go Eagles!" Whatever, buddy. That's fine. Go Eagles! It's about time you guys won something. Why don't you talk to me when you've won 5? Good morning, Lamont. Good morning, Casey. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Donovan. Good morning, a lot of people out there. So. What cracks me up though is it's all been out of shape. If you think back to all the stuff about Cambridge Analytics and now that company's out of business or closing its doors, well, look, this is the stuff that we do on a regular basis. I could go online and pick somebody's a Republican or Democrat interest and target them directly with an ad or a video. It's not that hard to do. I mean, literally, it's easy to do to target if they're a real estate investor. They have an interest in real estate. There's so many things you can do with this to help you in your note business if you just take the time to work through it. Now, the tricky part is when you post a photo or post a video, what you don't want to have happen when you post a picture is you have to have less than 25% script in it or text in the image. If you're more than 25%, often your photo will be declined and you got to go back and recreate it or adjust it down. This is why you often see pictures of people or landscapes or something like that in these targeting ads because it's just an ad to make it easy. Oh, I want to see what that pretty girl looks like or what that guy looks like or where they located at, okay? That's important. With your videos, you don't want your image to have a lot of script in it or a lot of text in it as well. You want to make sure basically it's you talking and maybe your name comes across the bottom. Something simple that you can do with Be Live or a Zoom like we're doing as well. Something to share. Like I wouldn't want to have my logo in the background when I'm talking for the most part doing a video like that. It would identify that and probably not like it too much, even though it's about a fourth of it. It depends on how tight we are. But all right. So good morning to a bunch of people out there watching. Tim Simmons, Jimmy Haddix. Good morning to you guys. Literally, you can use these Facebook hacks to help you grow your business. Like we said, we use it in the note business. Track down bars, Facebook stock, find out what their country western song is, what kind of story, the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would say, along with using the same thing to upload our lists from LinkedIn, from our contact list, from any large list, or to create an audience if we don't have a list of people that we're looking for. Okay? People that we're looking for. As you can see, as I showed earlier, I was able to narrow down a 1% audience, 1% degree separation from my 13,000 LinkedIn connections. Out of that 13,000, 9,400 of them have basically a Facebook profile that you can target to on a regular basis. All right. And very easy. If you're looking for some help on Facebook marketing, I would check out the guys at Digital Marketer here in Austin. They do a really good job, a lot of education on that stuff. There's a ton of videos out there as well. Something you could do, and literally $10 a day, $30 a day, literally feed people into your website, your video stream, anything that you can do like that to help drive audience. So Any other questions before we wrap it up here for the day on this episode? Hopefully this has been helpful for you guys. It's designed to give you a little bit of a different look on things. I honestly think this is one of the smartest things you can do, especially if you have a budget or you're bootstrapped. Run an ad for a week for $100. Okay, create an ad, run an ad for a week, get people opt in, raise capital. If you've got a really good deal you've funded or bought or in the process of fix and flipping or something like that. I know we've got some fix and flippers watching right now, or wholesalers. Post it on there, especially if you're in a market, an aggressive market like Dallas. You could literally go on and post an ad. Hey, get this amazing deal at 50% of value or 60% of value, what it is. You know, you can put the word, because it allows you to put a little description below your Facebook ad. Hey, get this amazing deal. Click here to get the details emailed to you. And once you get somebody to click on there and the information, they're part of your database. And that becomes a very valuable tool. Work smart. All right. Don't work harder. Work smart. It's one of the things that we have done for years, growing our audience and also targeting for our classes, our deals, and things like that, and have raised a lot of capital off it. Okay. Idea is just to get them to opt in. Give them something. An ebook, a one-page report, some of your case studies. People love case studies. Click here to get my case studies report. That's a really good thing that you can do as well. So if there's any other questions or comments out there, guys, do this in your business. Trust me, play around with it. If you're on Facebook all day long, make it useful, not a waste of time by just commenting, liking, poking, or sharing cat videos. So Laura Blunk says, slowly learning the tech. I'll get there if it kills me. Well, it's not going to kill you. You'll get there. Just spend a little bit of time on it, and trust me, it'll be well worth your time. So have a great day, guys. Go out, do something, and we'll see you all at the top, everybody. Bye.